Hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'm excited. You know when I get excited because I can't really hide it, right? We're going to go through what is now my new favorite distortion plugin, hands down. Cyberdrive by JMG Sounds or Untitled Plugins or United Plugins, sorry. And I bought it about 2 days ago. We're going to jump into it. We're going to start with a kick drum and I'm going to show you why it's my favorite distortion plugin. So let's go. 909 kick, 4/4, 150 BPM. I'm going to open this up here and I'll get into it. We'll start with initial preset, press play. So even initial, obviously it's got some stuff on. I'm just going to start tweaking things, and towards the end of the video, after you've heard a few different examples of how it actually sounds, I'll go through how it works and what it's actually doing. So let's just have some fun and we'll get into it. Random button on the initial preset. Feedback. Tone 1. Motion. Alright, let's go. Heaps of distortions. Sorry, my bloody headphones playing up. Here we go. I'm going to go in depth at the end, but I do want to give some context as I'm going. So, in simplicity, we've got 3 distortion circuits with a feedback circuit. Then down the bottom, we have a whole different bunch of controls. We've got dynamics, 2 tones, a motion, a profile, and a space. Dynamics is basically different ways that we can control that. There's different forms of compression. There's a maximizer, a gate, a transient, hyper limiter. Tones are different filter shapes, EQ shapes. Motion is your phases, tremolos, vibratos. Profile adds like metallic sounds, different guitar cabinets, stuff like that. And space is, get out of there, your reverb and delays and stuff like that. Pretty straightforward. On the side of each distortion module and the feedback, we got high pass, low pass filters. We can control them separately as well with different modes. And we can organize all the routing ourselves very simply. Drag, drop, move, piece of piss, right? Love it. Presets bar, let's get into it. Let's go on drums for now. So if we open these filters up, don't like that. Bit boring for my liking. And we've got in and out volume of each circuit, which is so handy because you can really drive before and after different modules. You can really get some high end. Yeah, when you start automating this thing with LFOs or even just manually drawing in your automation lanes, it's going to get full on. Turn the look off. What I love about it is it looks great. It's very easy to use. It's laid out very simply, and it's pretty easy to understand and get used to once you start tweaking and understanding what it does. There's, I can't remember, I've got the manual up. I think over 40 distortion, 40 or 60 distortion types, which you can see here: classic, modern, shape, pixel, amp, pedal, doom, and freak. we then, so let's select one. I've been enjoying these ones in Pixel. They're just a bit more different, a bit more unique. Then obviously the feedback's pretty wild. The random button, we've been seeing this dice plugin, this dice come up a lot on different plugins, which I love because I love random. But I haven't seen this before. We can randomize all the parameters, but what I love is we can then get into and select what we want to randomize. So we can see we've got 4 categories, all, model, knobs, and misc. If we obviously hit all of the plugin, when we keep hitting this random button, it's going to move everything, right? Just completely random, which is pretty generic, right? That's what we're now used to in this digital age. But we can hit distortion 1, hit random, and it's only going to randomize the parameters of distortion 1. And then you can do that the same for each other module. As for the models, you can do the exact same as well. And this one's really cool. The knobs, we can randomize all the knobs. You can see them all moving. Or you can do dynamics or just in the tone. So if we've got tone 1 on over here, we can now randomize just the tone 1 buttons, which is pretty cool. Obviously, tone 1's quite subtle with what we've chosen at the moment. If we maybe go something like bandpass, we're only randomizing that. I wonder if you can stack these. That'd be cool. No, you can't. That would be nice if you could maybe pick 2 or 3 modules to do together. And then same as the effects, which is really good. Then all your miscellaneous, you can do the same thing as well. Plug in wild and listen. Hang on. Look at that. We can also randomize the routing order down the bottom, which would be more beneficial if we turn every module on and now randomize that routing order. That's a nice way to get results too. You could probably dial in your distortion how you like it, save it as a preset, so you've always got that as a starting point, but then randomizing that routing order, so you're sort of within the same ballpark because you've got that preset set, but you can really get variations of that preset just by changing the routing order. Plug in wild. Fuck, it's punchy, man. It's my type of guy. I love it, man. I love it. Presets are good. Good starting points. I've been using presets, hitting random, getting good pocket, and then going from there. But to be honest, the most fun I had, and some of the presets are wild, no doubt about it. Go through them for sure, especially the extra ones. These ones, you'll hear them. They're very effect-based. Let's have a listen. Obviously, the space module will come in a lot to play with this to give us some really more. Same with the feedback. If I was sound designing, I'd go through to the extra presets for sure. We'll do one more before I move on. Spring back. You know, but look at the distortion we've got here. Metalhead, Rage Storm. Open the filters up. That's what else I love about it. So simple and easy to use. Here we basically have the frequency spectrum, high pass, low pass filter. So we can really, you know, do some EQing as well on each module. on all three distortions and the feedback, which is crucial. What you'll notice here, and this relates to up top, DC is the DC offset filter. This is automated gain control, or automated gain something, where it's basically volume gaining. Auto matching. It even says in the manual they recommend to maybe just dial down your output after you've done your processing, and I would do it that way. I wouldn't rely on that automation. Clip is going to hard clip everything. Obviously, we can bypass it. Oversampling, which is handy, all out to 32. Close. You got an extra drive, a global width. Let's leave that at 0. And then we have the overall global mix, which is great. You can A/B, like most plugins, you can refresh, and we've got the random along with the presets. Running down the bottom, we can move all that around. None of these modules move, but they only move in the routing, so it's the same sort of thing. You can tweak it as you like. So going back to the filters, we've got full control of the frequency spectrum. We can sort of really hone into specific regions. You can change the curve all the way from 6 to 96 dB on the filter, and then you can select on each module as well if you'd like to hard clip, so nothing sort of goes past 0, or if you want that automation on the gain control as well on each module. As long as the filter, if you select filter under the mode, you'll have the high pass and low pass pre-distortion. So you can set this pre the distortion unit. I know it's on the right side of it, but it'd be at the start of it. Or you can leave it off, and I think it would be after, I'm assuming. But then when you go in the multi is, I've forgotten what that is. Where are ya? Bear with me. You'll be right. Multi-band crossover. Everything above and below the set frequencies will pass through as dry. So that's creative too. So just so you know, the AGC in the clip, this is global up top. This is per module, which is really cool. Now, that's a 909. I could keep going on that. I'd start initial preset and just hit random and then tweak from there. Because that alone, if we do that quickly, I know I'm carrying on, but I love it. So initial. All the modules down the bottom are turned on. Let's do this. I'll just dial this in. Motion's pretty cool. This profile module is wicked. It reminds me of a Punchbox, so you can sort of layer that transient layer. I can't remember the module in Punchbox, but it reminds me of that. But, you know, this is distortion. It's not a sample, but it sounds like it's adding, you know, metal steel. I'll probably start with space off. But then look at this, right? We can route it. So input to distortion 1. Then we might want the distortion to go through the dynamics and tone 1 into distortion 2, maybe into the feedback after that. Then into, let's say, maybe motion, and then to distortion 2. That, like, wild. What about if we go really low? Like if we close all the filters globally. That'd be cool too, I think, if there was a global filter, like on top of everything. That'd be good as well. You know, hit random, fuck. I was gonna go to routing order and randomize that. Anyway, that's how I've been using it. And I know like plugin, it shouldn't matter what plugins look like, it's more so what they do. But how it looks, I really like it. It's really cool. Let's quickly go through a drum kit. Acoustic, Cyberdrive. Let's go extra because it's quite intense. Yeah, let's get another distortion on there. You know, really tweaking these filters can I want to get that a bit higher. Wild. You know, and tone, if you maybe want to EQ a bit more, let's go. Gonna get that low end out. Whew, sorry guys. Bad luck. Fucking man. You know? Acoustic. Sound design legend. You know? Alright, let's go lastly on a... Oh, not lastly. I'll do a quick synth and then I'll do a an effects loop. Pretty generic. I just used a clicky organ-based preset from Tension out of Ableton. Comes with it. But let's check it out. You know, I might try the synth bass in this scenario. Let's go. Motion's cool. I don't like landed too much, but so here I would go to a routing order, turn the feedback on. Anyway, this is just presets for now. Krispy Kreme. As you can hear, you can be really... You can use it gently. Oh, I know that doesn't maybe sound possible, but you can. I mean, you can just really dial this back. You can go into initial preset. Turn everything off, say. And what's nice about it is you can be gentle. You might just use, you know, in the classic, you can be, you know, Maybe just soft clip something. Drive it. Hard clip it too if you like. Yeah, then you might just use, just to bring it, you know, alive a bit more. Give it a bit more character. And just profile and space. So I've used the depth as like a draw wet. Now, so you can use it. You can use it gently too, yeah, because you have that control. Because there's so much. Yeah, there's 3 distortion circuits, feedback plus all the extras down the bottom. You can be gentle with it and just use it subtly. Or as you saw earlier, you can go to extra and go to absolute oblivion. You know, and what you can do in that case, which is how I would use it, is, you know, I would lean towards this for, you know, general distortion or overdriving and saturation, to bring something a bit more extra out of something I like I just showed, just maybe turning on one circuit and tweaking a few extra parameters. Or I might use it with the intention as a sound design tool, where it doesn't matter what sample I use at the start, I just need a piece of audio, and within the depths of the automation I can do and the different things I can change within Cyberdrive, use that to design and get weird sounds and other elements that I normally wouldn't tend to get. So rather than, you know, using a preset or samples purposely to create something, I'd throw them in there and just use this as the tool to create something, because obviously it has so many parameters we can control to really get in depth. I'm not going to go on the effects loop. It's you get the point of it. Look, overall, I bought it a couple of days ago. I haven't used it in a production session yet, but I've been using it a lot. Before I made this video, I wanted to get comfortable with it, and it is my favorite distortion plugin. That's just how I feel. The look of it, I really like. It's really simply laid out. You can control a lot so easily, so fast, and it might look like a lot, but there's actually not that much happening when you really think about it. It's very simple to use. It's all accessible. You can change the routing. Heaps of options. The only thing I think would be nice is if it had a global filter, unless I've missed that. That would be cool. I mean, you can do that with tone 1 and tone 2, I guess. I reckon another feedback circuit would have been nice, but you can stack this in series and put another one on. Have 2 plugins running, I guess. I love it. I've just bought it. Check it out. Right now, it's currently on sale. There's a link below. It's an affiliate link. It will help the channel, but nonetheless, it's 80% off. Go on that link. It's an absolute bargain. I think it's like 17 USD. Check it out. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe. We'll be back. Thank you.